Yes, I'm glad you all take so much from the story.
Mm.
We're in a cave that was covered by a root.
Yes, okay.
No, wait, I thought that was the first dungeon we did.
I don't remember now.
Who knows, man?
Alright, we talked about
We're
alchemical
in a lot. We're
circles.
just
I
in
have an
caves
idea. Let's
over.
Map
just pick up where we
slots.
open up a huge treasure chest.
We have the weave. Who's got the boots of levitation?
I do, and they don't come off. Ever.
You got,
Are you sure about that?
Yep.
y'all are looking for some alchemical ingredients down here.
Okay. Alchemical.
Remember?
Mm.
Because you need to make some really hefty weed killer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you gotta kill Shykorth. You gotta kill the big bad plant thing that's that is a giant parasite that's possessing and taking over and reanimating all sorts of horrible things to act as minions for her.
Can we just
And-
get like a shit ton of salt?
Or just
Gasoline?
some kind of fungicide.
Yeah, well, and that's the you can only kill things from things that should not be with the anathema, and she didn't have one, so you got to make it. And you
I
found
feel
a
like
recipe
salt
for it.
would work just as well.
You found it, and the ingredients are. Let's see if Thomas can find where he put these. There they are. The stomach acid of an adult dragon, thalmaformic acid, venom from a mist hunter's fangs, dead man's bile, and nutmeg.
That's right.
Yes.
One of those should be pretty easy to acquire.
Yeah, the stomach acid.
Yeah,
from
dead man's
dragon.
bile is pretty easy.
Turns out an ounce of nutmeg is what we need, or something. It's like 50,000 GP because it's from the other side of the fucking world.
I did sit down and consider making you guys have to like leave this area for a long time and go do a whole bunch of other shit to get the nutmeg. Like, it was a thought that I strongly considered.
It's understandable.
Like, it would have taken you like 4 levels of adventuring to find the goddamn nutmeg. Like, that was.
Listen, if we're level 9 coming back to this thing, what the fuck were you having us be in this area?
Well, you had to know to get the nutmeg.
No,
yeah.
it's like that one bugged area in the first Final Fantasy where the top of the island gives you like high level monsters, and then you can just farm those and then just beat the game in like 20 minutes because you're so high level.
Yep. Yep, I remember that fondly.
Oh yeah, those are good times.
Alright, and so you remember that you are in this cave because at least one of the alchemical ingredients had a trail leading to this cave. There were some brief signs that maybe your robotic friend had been here, and you had to fight an infested hill giant in order to get in here, because there were some huge roots or tendrils blocking the way and all through this. So now they've receded after you stabbed them a whole bunch, and then you fought a roper, and it wasn't a good time.
I mean, yeah,
It
but
was-
the important part is I was back on top of my game.
I thought we're
Rolling
still
hot,
fighting the
kicking
roper.
ass.
No, I think we had just killed it.
Yeah, you had just killed it.
Yeah.
I literally wrote Groper magic missile from.
Yeah, it
And a
got
bunch of-
magic missile.
Like,
It got magic missile to death.
I was keeping track of all the damage we were doing it because it was a fuck ton of damage.
Yeah, they're very high
Yes,
health
it was.
because they're basically just a rock with tentacles and munchy bits. It is dead.
That's good.
And then, what was the last discovery you had made? Oh, yes. The last discovery you had made was that the roper was not infested by anything. You thought this was extremely interesting.
Mm.
Something you had that.
Yes, I do remember saying, "Oh, this is extremely interesting."
Shut up, Eric.
Exactly
Something that
what-
Spelulon had asked is it infested? And I said no, and he said, well, wait a minute, why not? And then it's because it's covered in this slimy, mucousy substance
That's right.
that it's kind of emitting, and it looks like
So-
whatever whenever part of it starts to get infested, that part just sloughs off, and whatever this mucus is, it doesn't react well with the Thalma parasite, the mold.
It doesn't react well to bullets.
So clearly, we just need to lure ourselves up with this thing.
That sounds super reasonable.
How much of this can you fit in your cavity, Spellulon?
What cavity?
Jesus Christ.
Party belongings.
Can I roll
One
an
bag of
insight-
holding
can I roll-
full of
can-
roper mucus.
Can I roll an insight check on that? What?
Do we really even actually want this Ripper Mucus, or just because it's funny?
It might. Why not both? Listen, if we're doing a bit here, all right. Can we just if we're doing a bit, we can do the bit. We can do this bit right now.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
I think
I don't know,
seriously though, I think a sample. I mean, maybe we could
It's-
make more of it later if we needed to, or I don't know. It might have some application.
It's very possible
Maybe our
that
alchemist.
talented alchemists, such as the one standing next to
Yeah.
you,
I don't know.
would be able to reproduce the mucus through alchemical means. Now that you have access to something resembling a laboratory.
I'm gonna add
Or at least an alchemy
alchemical reproduction to my list of ideas for novelty porn.
Okay.
I mean, that shit would sell. But anyway, yeah, it's not a bad idea. We do have an alchemy lab, probably for a reason, and we should probably put it to use. So that's not terrible. But let's not spend a lot of time on it.
Do you think just to spend a little extra time on it, do you think we could just, bucket? Hold on, just follow me. We could just bucket hoof a bunch of this stuff back to the wizard's tower, the robot wizard tower, and just wipe any mold we see with that, and then just free tower, free house.
Well, let's take this to the logical conclusion here, and let's go find more ropers and make a roper pen, and maybe we can rub them and get the mucus off and start
We
roper
could do
farm.
farm-raised ropers.
Yes, free range, free range.
Organic free range.
Yeah, they don't move.
You
free
can name them.
They could choose to move if they wish.
Well, would
But they
anyone
can't, because they can't
would-
move at all.
would anyone like to try and make some knowledge rolls to see if they recall the life cycle of a roper?
Not really.
I don't
no.
know shit about nature.
I don't want to know about
it would
the
be a
life
nature
cycle of a
roll.
roper.
Is anyone good at nature?
I doubt it.
All right. Does anyone who's not good at nature really wise? Because it's a wisdom roll. Or
Well,
no,
it's not
in.
me.
Or is it in?
It's happening.
It's I'm good at int.
Hey, look at that!
All
Look,
right, you got it.
3 excellent rolls, you crazy
There it
people.
is. There it
Alright.
is. And I'm just
I
it
didn't
looks
even
like a
want to know
rock
this
with tentacles,
information.
you idiots. I don't know where we're going.
Ropers have a 2-stage life cycle. A roper is the final adult stage. There is a juvenile stage that, aside from being less dangerous, should also be a little bit easier to catch if you were so interested in farming ropers for some unholy reason. And they are called piercers.
Oh yeah,
Those don't sound very friendly either.
Those are the ones.
I
that
didn't
hang
say they
from
were
sound
friendly. I just
above,
said
Those sound less friendly than the roper, to be honest.
Listen, never did I say that they weren't dangerous. I said they were less dangerous.
Mm.
Sounds like they're the
big
top,
difference.
We're the bottom.
What does anyone's characters know what a piercer is?
Maybe. I might.
I don't.
I mean, the,
Well,
one,
of-
we
of
just
the-
we
of-
just
of-
rolled.
Well, of the
Yeah,
three of
you
you,
just rolled.
yes, but that roll, that roll was determined that there was you guys knew that there was 2 stages of their life, but does anyone
Yes.
actually know what the youngling stage looks like or can describe it?
It's a
Lily
stalactite.
does
I mean,
with her
as-
roll.
I was gonna say, as part of his description, he told us what it was. So
Yes. And,
we would know what it looks like.
Lily would, of course, know that, just like ropers look like stalagmites, piercers look like stalactites. They are encased in they have a soft slug-like upper body, and then this rock-like, very, very hard shell that encases them as they cling to the ceiling, so they look like a stalactite.
of course, you would put the tiny anime girl into a tentac porn scene.
You're the one that made an anime girl.
Yeah, you're the
man.
one who made the anime girl. Listen,
Don't act like
don't
you are the
don't
genesis
don't
of
give the
this.
DM dynamite if you don't want it to explode it.
Yeah.
And then, so piercers
Well
gathering
said.
colonies on the roofs and ceilings. Wait till you walk underneath, and then drop on you. They'll stab you, and then, they stab you, eat, and then they all eat you,
Yeah, sounds
and
They
then
sound fun.
slowly
yeah.
crawl their little slug bodies all over your corpse, and eat you, and then go anchor themselves back up on the ceiling.
Yeah, that sounds pretty typical.
Steve, you're in
monster
charge of looking
behavior.
up.
All right. For the duration of this
Roxanne, go ahead
cave-
and make a perception check.
Well,
Oh Lord.
17.
There sure are a lot of stalactites in this room.
Yeah, that's my passive wisdom. I was like, hey guys, we should probably leave.
I
Yeah,
choose to
probably.
imagine this scene as Lily cheerfully telling everyone exactly what a piercer is. Everyone stops, and then everyone slowly looks up at the same time.
Like,
Yeah, there's a bunch of stalactites up there. You can't really tell if one of them just blinked.
hopefully these monsters are not
Yeah,
activated
well,
by realization.
You know what?
I shoot
Maybe
the
it'll
one that
know
looked like
mind
it
its
might
own
blink.
fucking business. We just killed the big one. What's it? What are you gonna do to it?
I mean,
It's just like when you go to prison, just attack the largest, most dangerous looking person.
It's if you
They
would
own
like
these
terrible
stalactites
idea.
now.
Guys, I think we maybe probably just killed the den mother.
yes, that
All
is likely, and that its progeny are probably up there somewhere. And it suddenly behooves you, or occurs to you that it would behoove you. There we go. To watch precisely what you're walking under as you exit this room.
yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
Sort
I
of
think we'll be cautious.
a Damoclean situation here.
Somebody got to use a fancy word.
I did get to use a fancy word. I was very excited.
I'm glad you enjoyed. It's important to enjoy those things.
All right.
All right,
so,
so
then
we're
what
just
path
gonna
are we
like
taking
cautiously, make our way.
Go ahead and
out
make
of
an
the room.
investigation roll.
All of us, or
Someone who's good at it,
Then?
hopefully,
I'm
because
good at it, and I got a 12.
Yeah, I was gonna say
All right.
the one person who's the best at it just got a 12. So good.
I'm really good at it. So
Eric crit failed. Spelulon did fine.
Mhm.
It's good enough to say that. Let's see here. Make sure we're drawing on the right token here. That you probably, a lot of the stalactites seem clustered in this area, back in here.
Hmm.
There's some patches
a roper's
I
edible.
know.
that are here.
I doubt it if they're capable of pretending to be a stalactite or
Well, they
stalagmite.
just have thick skin, I guess. I mean, what about
That's true. Maybe the meat's good. I don't know.
Maybe it has a gooey inner core like a Twinkie.
That doesn't really seem very likely.
Let's find out. I take my axe and try to cut open the big mother one.
Right while we're standing under its progeny. That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
So the axe thunks in with a whack, and it's very difficult to cut into because the surface is essentially rock. But a couple good swings will hew a hole in enough that
Mm.
the final one cuts deep and sort of decapitates the top conical part, and
Mm.
it's just full of this reddish semi-gelatinous sludge.
Mm, lovely.
Eats,
You don't even have
all
taste
those-
buds, so
all
how does
those
that
Hey,
help?
little
hey,
piercings
lizard,
can see
you want to
it.
eat this?
Not especially, no.
If we had a dwarf, we could eat it.
I mean,
Maybe.
of all the people here, you're the most likely to eat it.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna.
You're a carnivore, aren't you?
Yes.
Aren't you feeling a little peckish?
Not for that. No, not really at all.
It looks very appetizing.
Maybe to mammals.
and robots.
And
Well, I'm
yeah,
not
and
eating
perhaps
it
robots.
because
I
it
don't know.
tastes good. I'm eating it so that the little stalactite can see who's boss. Me.
Let me show you what it looks like here. Because it's got all these little organelles floating in it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
So
gonna be
should I
like
be
a
drinking this
pomegranate?
thing with a straw then?
So
Ooh, I have an idea what it could look like.
Hey, let
What?
him do it.
here we go. That's what it looks like.
Ah, ah, ah.
You sure it doesn't look like this, Thomas?
I'm gonna click on it.
Nope.
I wouldn't, but you know, you do you, man.
I got out quickly enough that I didn't sustain any serious lasting damage. Thank you, Eric.
I'm putting that in
Always
the
there
notes.
to help, buddy.
But anyway, the green X's and the large green circle mark largely where the clusters of suspicious stalactites are.
Well, it sounds like we can't advance without going under them.
It would be difficult. You'd have to maybe
We might have to go
an
north.
acrobatics check or a stealth check.
Can we hold the
How
corpse?
about a firebolt
of-
check, Thomas? Will that work?
How big is the corpse of this roper?
Well, there's still a path to the north we could go without dealing with this.
That's true. There is a path to the north.
All right. Do we want to try that?
Well, I
then?
want
think
to
we
try
should.
and like use the roper as like a disguise.
All right, I'm
So
gonna.
pick it up and hold it
Oh
above
God!
me.
All right.
No.
But, like I go under the piercers with the roper.
No.
That's the moment where we jump the shark.
You just-
All right, we're going
That's,
north.
that's
Tip the
where
roper
Thomas
over.
has bad things happen to us. That's what that plan is.
Just
That's fun.
Wear it on yourself like a costume.
Yeah.
Have somebody else wave the tentacles around and just kind of make your way through the dungeon.
Yeah, just like just like mage hand the tentacles and swing them around.
Look like a
Yeah.
zombie roper since it's decapitated.
Nobody here
You're
but
not
us
decapitated, all right? Just the top cone.
monsters. You can put that
Yeah,
back
really
on.
just
Some
the head, I'm
tape
not
on
sure.
it.
Yeah, we can stick that
the
back
top
on.
has been cut off.
We could use the red gooey stuff inside to glue it back on.
Can they do that while I go take a short rest? Because I'm not doing so well at hitting these guys.
You may take a short rest. It might not be wise to do it in this room, though.
That's why I was like,
Yeah.
let's move. We'll
Because
go
you
back.
Why
notice
don't we need
some
a
of those
short rest? I'm full
stalactites have
HP.
started slowly edging closer to you
See, yeah.
in a
Well,
All right,
and
let's
maybe-
go up north.
maybe over-optimistic chance to drop on you.
Hey man, you can't blame them for trying. You know, they're doing their best.
yeah.
How
let's-
mobile are they?
I'm backing up.
Not very.
Very,
Back one
very
second.
slow.
They're
Like-
very slow. They don't have tentacles, right?
They have been moving since the start of this combat, and they've moved maybe a couple of inches.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
They have tentacles like the roper?
No, they just.
So what you're
have
saying
little-
is this is free XP farming.
Yeah. Let's not do it from directly underneath them. Though. You want to
I'm
shoot
just
them? You
saying.
go right ahead. I'm going
Right?
up
Like
this
I
way.
can come over here and just start like blasting away at them, and they can't do anything about it. This is EXP farming.
I get credit for this too.
This is like the same thing with the mimics.
God,
They can't move, and I can just.
they're not worth a lot
Blam,
of XP. Let me tell you that
blam,
right now.
This is not lighting
Hey,
up
listen,
for
Thomas.
me.
Any EXP is EXP.
This passageway is still totally black for me.
Even if they're like 200 EXP, I'll take it.
That one is.
Yeah, it's
Try
just
moving
like-
into it a little bit.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
I think because
Right here,
somebody
this-
maybe. Yeah, and there might be some black jaggedy portions because of the way the fog of war is working.
yeah.
I'm still gonna take a short rest.
Yep, you can now.
So you guys
Oh,
want to
wait,
explore
and just-
for the next hour, or just hang out.
Yeah, that's weird. My
can
light
rest.
just turned off.
That's
We can
there.
split up.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're
That's
tweaking
not
it.
good
That's
either. Fuck me.
why. Oh yeah, good job there, man.
I'm full health. Anyone else full health?
I'm at 32, so I'm doing okay.
Want to like explore with me a little bit while he rests? Just a little bit.
I mean, I was already kind of taking a poke in this area just to see what's going on.
We'll be
Just
very
not too
cautious. We'll
Alright.
we'll explore like half. Be like very cautious.
Yeah.
As you walk through this room,
Really
I'm
examining everything.
drawing things. Hang on, let me.
Mhm. Yeah, go ahead. There's for
No,
reference.
I was trying to
this area and
to click on
this
things on the map, and then I kept accidentally drawing things because I was still in the brush.
Yeah.
So, if you go into this area, you notice there's a big pool of water. Again,
Mhm.
seems to be sort of a common theme here.
Yeah.
And it's deeper, significantly so. In the center
Mm-hmm.
than anywhere else, maybe 13 to 14 feet deep.
Could be more tentacle monsters down at the bottom.
Sounds sexy.
And you can't quite tell because you're in a dark cave. You're casting light onto the surface of water. That's very, very murky. The way the light's bouncing off the cave walls is kind of playing tricks with you, as well as the light reflected up by the white, sickly-looking lily pads that are down here growing in the darkness. You can't tell whether or not that water's moving occasionally. Like something, almost as if, the way water would move when you paddle an oar underneath the surface, where it just kind of boils a little bit.
Okay, so there's some kind of finned creature under there for sure.
I never said that.
I'm just speaking out loud.
Only Matsu are here. I could just destroy all.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, Lily, be careful. There's something swimming underneath the surface, I think.
Is it friendly?
Is anything else in this
find
cave
out,
been
jump
friendly
in.
so far?
You're friendly.
Alright.
Okay, but I'm not from this cave.
But you're in this.
Okay, let me rephrase. Has anything that lives here been friendly so far?
You don't know they live here. They could be vacationing.
Why
Are
don't you
there-
go ask them?
Are there any? Is there anything on the ceiling, Thomas?
Steve, you're resting.
No, it's been an hour. I'm back.
No,
So
I
you don't-
didn't rest
No one
with you.
has.
No one else
don't-
rested.
Oh.
You don't see anything
You're
on
back
the
in the
ceiling
other room.
here. You don't see anything on the ceiling here except for some rocks, mold. There's a couple holes that look like they once led up to the surface, maybe casting some light shafts down, but those are all plugged up with just overgrowth of vegetation and muck.
So is it just is the deep water appearing water just like free color would be good. Yellow, like just like this part.
Yes,
Like this part's all like shallow and everything.
yes.
Even here.
That part is the third circle you drew. That's pretty deep. It's there's a portion that's shallower, but it's also slanted at a pretty sharp angle because it's still kind of part of the cave wall there. You could maybe try to jump onto it and cling on, but it would be very tricky.
Klingon. Sorry.
That's sarcastic laugh.
Yeah, pretty much.
Danger. Terrible. So what you're saying is, it's either we try to swim through the water or we try to go under the little the piercer guy. I say we try to use the roper as a. We try to weaken the beneath the roper and go under. Or during Steve's long rest, I can start shooting.
If you just want to plink these things away while he's resting, that's fine by me. Just, I'm going to be a little ways back while you do that.
Sure.
Just ready to intercede in case you get yourself murdered, but,
Everyone else good with that plan?
Well, I assume
fine.
you told me it as you walked by, because I don't have any say, really. But I'm just gonna watch. I'm just like laying down. Like here it is. I'm draw me like one of your French girls position, but I have more of like an elbow, like my hand underneath like my chin, and I'm just like watching Lily shoot things.
And you're like, isn't it marvelous?
That was, well, that was the initial plan before y'all wanted to go up here.
Now we're just doing the same thing, but over here.
Firebolts.
Gonna pretend like, like this was somehow different than what we were gonna do, except just in the next room over. So, alright, feel free to, I don't know, presumably roll your dice or...
Sorry, I was drawing him like
shoot
one
at
of his
them.
French.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Pretty much.
That's what I thought.
All right, so I'm gonna start plinking away at him, Thomas.
All right, from where you are right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shoot him closest to that time.
Just
If they start moving, let me know.
like this group.
I haven't shot yet.
Okay, I was just saying like you're aiming at like the X to the right of the roper that's close
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah, that
that
one.
one. Okay, I thought so. I was making sure.
Do they count as a swarm?
Yes, they would count as a swarm.
Let's see. So AoE would be useful. So maybe the robot could be too.
Yes.
Ooh, we could have like a contest to see who can kill the most.
Mm. It seems like, you know, it seems like a thing we would do.
Take a shot at one.
So you both shoot, and there is a squealing squeak from somewhere high above you, and a little piercer falls down.
Oh.
Yeah, partially singed. There he is, and flops around helplessly because he just got his little casing blown off.
It probably sounds like whenever the xenomorphs take damage.
So that's a kill for
Yeah, that screek
the
kind
kill
of
for
shit.
Spelulon then.
Yes,
Yes.
Darn.
yes, and then it finally expires in the shallow water as the crackle and flash of the firebolt and the thunderous roar of the cannon echo throughout the cavern, bouncing off walls in the distance.
So I didn't kill it. No. Darn. Alright, round 2. That's one for you.
Mm.
Oh, these
You
are
need
gonna
to
be...
tell us if we need to change targets, Thomas.
Dust, this is gonna... This
Here.
is all your good rolls. 26, crit, 21.
Yeah, using them all
Here,
now. That
how
way
about
I
this?
roll ones in the box.
Spelulon can shoot at this group, I'll shoot at this group. We can count the... I'll shoot at this group. Alright.
All right, so several more piercers drop to the ground.
Are they trying to wiggle away now?
So
What's
a
left
couple
of
of them have dropped at before being hit, and they're trying to slowly wiggle away. There, you see how they
the
hunt
water?
now because their little casings are very, very sharp like stalactites, and they sort of thunk and drive themselves halfway into the ground when they fall. And they would have neatly
me.
impaled whoever happened to walk beneath them. And they're wriggling out of those casings and trying to slowly crawl away.
Lovely.
Should be easy to prey on the ground. I mean, do we really even need to roll for this?
Mm.
To kill those, you do not need to roll. You just need to.
Pretty sure you can just kick it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just step on them.
Well,
Just
anything
punch 'em-
except
punch their
step
butt.
on them. Oh no, wait, their piercer is facing into the earth. They're fucking helpless.
Anyway, round 3. Now it's 2-1. Woo!
And another thunderous blast of the thunder cannon, echoes through the cavern, easily hearable by surely everything in here. As you
Well, I mean, I already fired it. I just went to fight the roper.
mm-hmm.
Thunder cannon, ho!
Surely the screams of the roper when we killed it were echoed throughout the entire cavern.
You sick freaks.
I mean, we're taking target practice at living.
Yeah, I know. and I'm just laying down and I'm like, and they call me the rogue. Doing
I'm neutral. I'm neutral good. All right, this is a neutrally good thing. Shooting at helpless piercers who would definitely kill me if they had the chance.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah, it's not like they wouldn't kill you if they could.
Do
They
you
just
do
can't.
you think you could maybe put a system of patches on the good piercers that you like?
So at this point, that entire X's worth of piercers has been eliminated there. This one.
Nice.
Nope. Also this one.
Darn it, you're rolling too well.
You guys are rolling hot. Well, Eric, I don't think Eric's gotten above a
I haven't gotten above 14.
14.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, Spellion's just like, pow! Boom!
I have
Mhm.
These are my favorite kind of targets. They just stand still. It's perfect for you. You can't miss.
like that mimic, man.
Just
we
sits
could have
there.
farmed that mimic at level 1.
We could have. We should have.
We should have. You wouldn't have let us.
No, Thomas hid them behind the door, remember?
Yeah, he was making him way too smart than he should have been. Because he didn't want us to farm it. He didn't want to throw off the
The mimics at the first session, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Alright, I'm just gonna keep firing it. We're just gonna keep shooting.
all right.
All right, Thomas, you gonna make us roll for this?
I mean, maybe there's something bad that can happen. I doubt it,
Eric
though.
did just roll a 1.
Yeah, eventually you will explode.
I rolled more than Roll20 could have appropriately handled.
Look at all these awesome rolls, except for the
Right? You're killing it. My rolls are terrible compared to yours.
Yep. So that just about finishes up the second group of piercers. There's still quite a few left, but they're definitely not doing so hot. There's only about 10 left.
How? I just did
wait,
like
hold on.
12, 16, 22.
When Eric, when you or Lily, when you had the crit fail, I heard something, and it sounds like dripping water, like coming towards us, and we should probably get ready and probably get in a better formation. And I stand up and I take my luck blade and my dagger out.
Okay.
Is this something Thomas whispered to you?
Mhm.
What?
I mean, I'm kind of
What
having
is this
fun
that you
shooting
made
these
over
piercers.
here? What is this?
What?
This drawing up here.
That's rocks.
It's a Roxian being drawn like a French girl. I was watching you guys
I
target the
see
stuff
it.
while I was taking
It
a
must have
rap.
been the thing in the water.
Oh, there it is. It's a massive things, and it's still moving despite it not being initiative for some reason.
Well, it hasn't done anything threatening.
Well, I'm gonna do something threatening to it.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, right.
You want to? Oh wait, do you guys want to try and negotiate first?
Yeah.
No.
Hello.
No, I don't think we can negotiate with what looks to be living seaweed.
It also, I believe in the picture, if you look, has a face covered up by
It is. It's
seaweed.
eating somebody
Oh
right
Try to
I don't think
negotiate.
this is.
And
Yeah, I
the
don't think we
creature's
can
like,
negotiate.
Oh,
with
hey,
it.
what's going on?
It's being distracted right now by
Hey, man.
Roxian's drawing.
Yeah, let's,
It's like, what the fuck is this?
I knew
Ah,
it.
he deleted the
I knew
monster.
it. I
I
knew
got
it. I knew it.
Monster's dead.
Shit.
We win.
Hang on. Hold up.
Wait, it looks like I killed it with my
Give us our XP.
Mhm.
Where did it go? There it is.
We
Okay.
killed it.
There, I fixed it.
Cheater.
Mhm.
Let me go get the barbecue chip.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
That's a high roll. Show me potato salad.
Mhm.
No potato salad.
Alex has no more high rolls.
I didn't roll anything.
Oh,
on
sorry,
this.
it's Dustin. Dustin, I always forget which ones you guys are.
You actually met me in person.
No. I mean, which character?
You were
guys
wrong,
are.
by the way. I totally have eye rolls. Suck it.
This is so mold infested that it's barely recognizable. It,
Can you still
in
roll
fact,
something
as
to
you look at it, or the more you look at it, the more you start to wonder whether or not this was based on a creature at all, whether this might be a unique creation rather than a subversion of something else, which would be something completely new. But it's definitely a massive shambling mound of rotting, semi-rotting material, mold, and there's definitely some tendrils, coming off of it that lead down into the ground.
Guys, we gotta fucking kill this thing.
Burn it.
Burn it
Kill it with
down.
non-magical fire.
Non-magical fire. We all scream as soon as you say burn it.
I could chuck some. Somebody wants to chuck some lamp oil on it, and I can light it up for sure. It probably won't like
wait,
that. I would just guess. I don't know.
Zerillion, what is your spell save DC on your stun when you punch stuff?
That answer is
what kind of
14.
Is it a con or wisdom?
Why would it be wisdom?
I don't know. I don't know what his stuff does.
Why would?
Oh, never mind.
Don't you know all the rules for this game?
I
now?
do, but I don't
Stun.
remember because
Con save.
I'm not in that mode. Con.
It's a
Con
monk.
save,
He's using
DC
physical
14.
attacks. Why would it be a wisdom save? He's like he punches you in the face. Make a wisdom save to not be stunned.
Monks also use wisdom as their DC stuff.
No, you'd be
That's not spell,
surprised. There's a lot of weird shit. In
Yeah,
here,
I
man.
know. But I know that your stats it uses one, but I couldn't remember if someone else was the save was different, which it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think its con is very high. Just
Yeah,
looking at it,
I could definitely try.
You don't think its
setting it.
constitution is high?
I don't think it is because the way Thomas described it was you don't know if it's even if it's plant or a person, like so it can't be very texturous or like just looking at it's not going to be like punching a rock. It's probably going to be like punching like mush. So it's probably got low constitution.
I would disagree with that, and I would say that it probably has pretty okay constitution and quite a bit of hit points.
Probably, yeah. It's a plant creature. Plants typically have high constitution.
Plant or not, it's a large-sized creature that it's eating a guy right now. Look at the teeth. Look at the bone. Look at the bone.
I just think it's
Right.
I think it's strong. I don't think its con is high. I think it's very strong.
Is it just sitting there waiting for us while we're talking like this? It's like,
Yeah, it's kind of confusedly looking at you while you have an in-depth argument about the
This
threat before you.
No, listen,
This
Thomas.
happens in
No,
movies
you can't
now.
shut
This
this
happens.
down. We are
Literally
trying
stop
to
and
be
talk.
good teammates and figure
I know.
out.
I never said I shut it down. I was just making a joke. I was doing a bit, man. All right. Like,
Because if
he
we
was
can,
just following along with it. He was just playing off me, man.
because if we can stun it, we can just go ham on it and like if it's stunned.
that's what you did for the infested giant.
It's worth trying regardless. You might just roll high anyway. What's the alternative? Punch it?
Yeah, I mean,
Or it could roll low like the hill giant rolled low.
Go, hit Bonchan.
And yeah, you could also.
He said her Pokemon. Lizard
Right.
Mon.
yeah.
Yeah, fighting type Pokemon for some reason.
Ninja Wizard casts Kick and Thigh.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Jose Aldo found it super effective.
That was pretty good.
Alright,
I
Alex.
like that. All right,
I
so
choose you. I throw you at the monster from your Pokeball.
I mean, it is my turn, so. But yeah, so I just use it when we try to stun it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hit Bonchan. Use a seismic toss.
I think not at least trying to stun it would be a disservice to
Yeah.
how we did.
To monks everywhere.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I gotta hit it first, so let's give it. Let's just give it the old 1-2 here first and see if these land tellingly.
The
I'm
26
hoping-
better land.
Yeah.
I sure
Yeah.
hope so.
26
A,
ought to.
a
Pretty
natural
sure one
19.
of those is gonna. Okay, both hit.
Okay. Give me a con save, DC 14, or stunned till end of my next turn.
You want me to untag you?
Please untag me in that. Yes. Not you.
Mm.
Con save. Well, let's do a public roll.
Yes.
Did not.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. All right. So it's stunned, which is fantastic.
Which means now, because you're first, all of our attacks are with advantage.
Yep.
Oh,
And let me go
yes!
ahead and flurry.
which
Beautiful.
crit?
All right. And then it needs to make a deck save or fall prone.
Which it can't because it's stunned.
Yep.
Yeah, it can't make it. It can't make a save.
All right.
All right,
I guess that was-
let's just bum rush it and kick it to death.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna use my gun. I'm just gonna curb stomp it.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. My sneak attack damage is gonna do so much because it crits too.
Nice.
Oh,
Well,
wait,
it's my
'cause-
turn.
Alright, actually, it's gonna take a turn in combat, which is. It actually can save. No, it's stunned until the end of your next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
to the end of his next turn.
It's not a multi-turn stun, so he doesn't make a save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What icon am I using for stunned?
Good question.
Never-
What
I don't
icon are you
remember.
using?
I'll use this
Weird.
one.
It's weird that you wouldn't remember.
All right, it's its turn. It's Lily's turn.
Oh boy!
Alright, just so everyone has it. That's the stunned
Mm-hmm.
condition.
Right on. Right on.
You gave it a
20.
concussion.
I hit it with a 20
Okay.
with 22 damage.
Holy shit.
Nice.
All right.
How's these roots for your work?
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And you notice, like you're definitely doing damage, but it is just kind of a big pile of rotting muck. So it's difficult to see what kind of effect that's having on it.
Well, I got.
Yeah, it's like,
for it.
is it dying or is it just like enjoying the punching? Like, it's really hard to tell.
Oh no, it's a muck. It's a poison type. Get out of there, Alan.
Run for it,
All
Marty.
right, Spellulon, it's your turn.
I'm just kidding.
Oh. Good lord.
That was a -1 damage.
I
Negative
didn't
one.
finish setting the thing up.
By
No,
the
I'm
end
gonna
of this
put a
campaign,
flaming sphere on it.
legit, by the end of this campaign, every time he does something, it's going to block the entire screen. Because it's just going to be like an endless stream of titles.
Slayer of Rust Monsters. Actually, I just downloaded a gigantic table of titles.
Nice.
And.
Did we kill a rust monster?
So, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm gonna roll
well,
a D100 right
Theoretically,
now.
I killed
and
an
I'm,
illusion
and I'm
one, but that's besides the point.
Spellulon,
It was
I'm
for
going
Rust
to give
Monster.
you a name that you've earned. But I'm gonna roll it on my title chart.
So also, Dustin, I thought I'd done this before, but I put Flaming Sphere under the spells tab, so you should be able to spawn it yourself.
Okay. I knew
And
you had
move
done
it
that for
around
the
yourself?
Fireball, but
Alright.
not for the flaming spear. I forget how the spell
Spellulon,
even
the
works,
thrice
I really-
cursed. Fuck that shit up.
I forgot how this spell even fucking works, except it does extra stuff when it starts its turn on fire or whatever.
Yeah, if it starts its turn in the flame sphere, take probably.
It also doesn't it take damage now? It takes like
Yeah.
the 9 fire
It
damage,
has
but
to
it
take a dex save,
can't make a
otherwise-
dex save because it's prone. So.
And it's stunned.
Yeah.
so it'll take 2d6
Yeah.
fire, or half as much.
I'm seriously considering renaming myself the Disabler.
I might have to come up with it on the title. Though. You know, I'm
So
gonna
it
roll one
takes
for you.
it takes 9 fire. So
I'm gonna call you Archmonk Z of the Last Calling.
all right,
I like
and
that.
it is
That's much classier.
it is Aroxian's turn.
Oh yeah. Also, it's gonna be on fire. Anything flammable. I don't know if I could throw some lamp oil on it too with a free action.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna.
That sounds more like a action.
20.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm just gonna go wail on this thing. All right. 26.
It hits.
That hits. I didn't want to roll sneak attack on that. I wanted to roll because I'm gonna try and get sneak attack on the crit. Since I'm rolling with advantage. So just 8 piercing with that. 26, and then this one I'm rolling with sneak attack.
Okay.
So wow. You
are trash at this.
Wow, 1-4-1, and the other one was 4-3-1. So I do a total of
Interesting.
16 piercing damage. And then I'm just gonna.
So
back
I
up.
guess I know where my luck came from. Sorry.
And then I'm gonna back up another 10 feet. And I'm just like right behind you. Alright, that's my turn.
Nice.
All right, Zeralon, it's your turn again.
Damn, that was quick. I guess when
When
there's
everyone
that-
attacks with advantage on a thing that can't move or take any saves that like we have.
And you're fighting what's basically a training dummy, you know.
All right. Well then, let's just take it slow there. I don't know if the 14 hits. Maybe.
Well,
oh,
the,
no,
no,
it's
15, I guess.
15.
Yeah. Yeah, still advantage.
So, Defender wins ties. The 15 actually does not hit.
Okay.
23 does.
Attacker wins ties.
Cool.
The 15
did-
hits.
All right. Cool. Oh, it does hit. Okay. Cool.
I thought Defender
So 2
wins
hits.
ties. What does
You're
Defender
wrong.
win ties on? What system is
Because it's
that?
not consistent.
On
I don't know.
a saving throw. Saving throw.
That's my
Defender
bonus
win.
action.
Okay, that's what
I know it's a little
I will
weird.
eternally get that fucked up.
I gotta
Think of it
remember to
as, like,
use that.
attacks are like
Consistent.
Basically, the player always wins tie. Or the. Yeah.
But then
No.
Except for when they're
No.
being attacked. Except for when they're being attacked.
Yeah, so that's the opposite of what's real.
That's also not true.
think of that attack as 15 and a half versus the AC of armor class of 15.
that is somehow more complicated than just attacker wins ties and attacking. Person making the save wins ties in saves, which I'll try to remember.
How about the roll always? I think that one worked.
Yeah,
Anyway.
roll always wins. I'll go with
Roll
that.
That might help.
The roll
Because
always wins. I'll
AC
remember
and
that.
spells and save DCs are all non-roll.
That's actually a good way to put that. But
There you go.
so the 12 hits, the 9 hits, the 8 hits. 29 damage.
Jesus.
And then you get health back for that frenzy bite.
Yes, I already did that.
I would like to remind you that through that frenzy bite that you have also just ingested some mold there.
Oh,
We'll
that was
make
smart.
we'll make you just drink some of that slime water.
Oh, I was hoping to get out of this without having to do something gross, but
You're a
And
lizard. What do you
with that,
mammals think things are gross.
on the
no,
note
I think
that,
things are gross, just different things.
on the note that you have definitely just eaten some mold, I need to take a very short restroom break. I'll be right back.
Oh, delicious.
Maybe